Hey Cardinals, welcome to the 2021 Whittier High School Virtual Hall of Fame Awards Ceremony. My name is Lori Achillian, and I am proud to be the current president of the Whittier High School Alumni Association Educational Foundation. I'm an alum from the class of 1972. I retired from being the principal of Whittier High School in 2016 and was blessed to have spent most of my 40-year career serving students, families, and faculty as a teacher and administrator at Whittier High School. I am now honored to serve Whittier High alumni who, like myself, look back at our time at Whittier High fondly and with great appreciation for the academic and extracurricular experiences we shared. Whittier High School has an amazing 120-year history. This past year, no doubt, will go down as being one of the most challenging of our alma mater and our entire country. However, we are proud and resilient Cardinals. If you Google cardinal, it says that in a Native American folklore, a red cardinal represents devotion, loving relationships, fierce loyalty, and is associated with good fortune. It also states that a red cardinal appears in times of stress and despair to encourage hope and persistence. When the world went into quarantine last year and remained under restrictions again this year, we were not confident as an alumni association that we would be able to have a safe in-person Hall of Fame ceremony. We had sincerely hoped to gather this evening in the Horseshoe, share dinner in our beautiful William C. Gordon Library, while listening to the inspirational stories of our inductees and scholarship recipients. Instead, your highly devoted alumni association persevered and explored other options. We had the great fortune of finding alumni Jonathan Tepanjanin from the class of 2010 and Daniel Espinoza from 2012, who currently run the Whittier High Theater Company. They worked with us to organize, direct, and produce tonight's ceremony. Thank you, Jonathan and Daniel. Once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. Despite the pandemic, the Whittier High School Alumni Association has experienced a very successful year of annual memberships and substantial donations from fiercely loyal alumni, allowing us to honor 6 amazing Hall of Fame inductees this evening and award scholarships to over 30 proud Cardinals who demonstrated resilience and persistence over this past year. We will also recognize the 2020 Whittier High School Teacher of the Year, along with a very special group of staff who brought hope to Whittier High School students in the community over the past 12 months. So Whittier Cardinals, family, friends, and community members, sit back, be ready to be inspired, and enjoy this year's wonderful virtual Hall of Fame.
Good afternoon. My name is Ben Mesa from the class of 1967, and I'm the past president of the Whittier High School Alumni Association Board. The Whittier High School Alumni Association was started in 2000 by a small group of committed alums and community leaders who decided to create an organization that would support students, programs, and facility improvements. The first Hall of Fame inductees were Richard and Patricia Nixon, and over the years, the association has gone on to induct 107 alumni, faculty members, and CIF winning teams. Each inductee is presented with a portrait, which will hang in the foyer of the library, a plaque from the association, as well as a proclamation from the city of Whittier. This year, we are honored to induct 5 alums and 1 faculty member into our Hall of Fame, beginning with the individual who has garnered the most hits on the alumni website, faculty member, Mr. Ben Chu. Mr. Chu graduated from UC Santa Barbara in June of 1965, majoring in zoology and minoring in chemistry. He received his secondary teaching credential in June of 1966, and then married his wife Joan in August of 1966, 1 week before he started teaching at Whittier High in the fall of 1966. His first assignment consisted of 4 classes of applied chemistry and 1 class of chemistry. Throughout his 38-year teaching career, he also taught fundamental chemistry, honors chemistry, life science, biology, physical science, earth science, and even a semester of senior math. He received the National Science Foundation grant for 4 summers at the University of South Dakota, which led to a master's degree with an emphasis in chemistry. He also attended workshops at Harvey Mudd, Cal State Long Beach, New Mexico Highlands, Cal Poly Pomona, Cal State Fullerton, and the University of California, Irvine. In the 1970s, he became the chair of the science department, and in 1984, he was given the opportunity to join the part-time staff at Rio Hondo College, teaching chemistry at night and during the summers. Mr. Chu retired in 2004, again after 38 years of service. Among adjectives ascribed to Mr. Chu from former students of his are these: hard, tough, so tough, demanding, caring, helpful, unforgettable, inspiring, and the best teacher I ever had. Joan, his wife of 55 years, and Mr. Chu have 2 children, son Terrence and daughter Erin. They became grandparents in 2004 and have been babysitting their 3 grandsons and granddaughter ever since. Mr. Chu continues to attend Caltech's Watson lectures and continues to cook his mouth-watering Santa Maria tri-tip barbecue for family, friends, and of course, for the Alumni Association's all-class barbecues. Ladies and gentlemen, my chemistry teacher, Mr. Ben Chu.
One of my early memories was my surprise to see Roy Holmes, the science department chairman, setting out trash cans in the science hallway to capture water leaking through the ceiling during a rain. A functioning greenhouse had been on the roof of the science building. After years of non-use and neglect, the anchor bolts began to rust and eventually led to the leaks below. Besides the conventional science classrooms, the second floor of the science building included 3 tiered classrooms. They were mini lecture halls. Each student had an unobstructed view of the instructor, the front blackboard, and the demonstration desk. I had one of those tiered classrooms, and I also had a separate chemistry laboratory. Each student was assigned his own set of glassware and laboratory equipment housed in an individual locker with its own combination lock. The science basement was where you would find veteran teacher Ernie Hemmerling. His popular photography classes and the photography laboratory had occupied the basement for several years. Watching a water polo game in the Whittier High swim stadium was a unique experience. The spectators were high above the pool surface, their view was unobstructed, and the pool was surrounded by high walls. The cheering and the referee whistles would reverberate around within the enclosure. Attendance at night games would fill the stadium. The atmosphere was electric. A game under the lights was a special event. The pool was unusual because of its length. It was 33 1/3 yards instead of the usual 25 yards. A 50-yard race would end in the middle of the pool. That was a challenge for timers lining up for the 50-yard finishes. It was a comical scene with timers on either side of the pool trying to pick finishers. The old boys' gym had its own peculiarities. It may have provided, and our teams may have benefited from a home court advantage. The closeness of the wall to the basket and the end line would have been an abrupt surprise to an unsuspecting rival on a fast break layup. The greenhouse, the tiered classrooms, the photography basement, the swim stadium, and the old boys' gym are all gone. I was assigned the junior class advisor for the class of 1969. The major, most important project for the year was to put on the prom for the senior class, the class of 1968. Tradition had been that the prom be on campus, in the library. The planning, the preparing, the organizing required many hours and many meetings. To convert the library into a ballroom was a big challenge. The class of 1969 was up to the task. A theme was determined, Hollywood props were rented, decorative garden furniture borrowed, tree branch clippings were acquired from the Whittier Department of Parks and Recreation. The girls created hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny pink crepe paper blossoms. The class artists came out and converted yards and yards of butcher paper into murals. All the tables and chairs were removed. The book stacks were pushed into the alcoves, all hidden behind the butcher paper murals. On prom night, the cherry trees were in full bloom. The rented Tory Gate and bridge were in place. The library checkout counter became the platform for the throne. The conversion complete, the evening is a success. Come Monday morning, the ballroom morphed back to the library. The class of 1969 came through with flying colors. Every once in a while, experts are needed to handle the unexpected. During one spring break, I had the bomb squad come out to remove a very old bottle of potentially explosive picric acid. The science building was evacuated and no one was allowed to enter. A bullhorn directed all our office personnel to back away from the windows and all blinds had to be closed. Every entry access onto the campus was blocked by Whittier police and patrol cars. On another occasion, when school was in session, the bomb squad responded with 4 armed plainclothes officers accompanying an officer dressed completely in protective gear and protective clothing. They removed a small can of ether of unknown vintage. The questionable age made the ether potentially explosive. The can was gingerly placed in a cardboard box and carried out of the classroom. The armed escorts positioned themselves about 4 feet apart and 4 feet in front and behind the fully masked officer. The removal took place at the end of second period, leading into the nutrition break. The armed escorts cleared the way down the stairs, through the crowded hallways, and onto the campus. The procession attracted a lot of attention and created quite a stir. Now a special shout out to the midnight marauders of years ago who entertained my neighbors. My neighbors thoroughly enjoyed watching you run around on my front yard, chucking toilet paper rolls up into my trees. Finally, thank you to the Alumni Association for this opportunity to glimpse back down memory lane. And thank you for considering me for induction into the Hall of Fame.
Our next inductee was a man who I was always happy to see when he was scheduled to visit Lincoln School, Mr. Arvle Dedmon. Arvle Dedmon was born in Tennessee and moved to Whittier in 1928. He graduated from Whittier High in 1937, where he was a premier athlete competing in football, basketball, and wrestling. He was a 3-time All-CIF champion in wrestling and was a 4-year letter winner in all 3 sports. During the time Arvle attended Whittier High, the city of Whittier was an agricultural area, and he would spend his summers and weekends working alongside his mother and father at the packing house at the corner of Penn Street and Whittier Boulevard. His job was to hand load crates of citrus onto boxcars to be shipped across the country. He attended Whittier College, where again, he was a standout on the football team and was on legendary coach Aubrey Bonham's conference-winning basketball squads. After college, he married Annette Brooks and together had 3 sons, Brian, Bruce, and Dean. Following his graduation, he served in the military during World War II as a drill instructor. Once discharged, he and Annette moved to Blythe, where he was an elementary school teacher and administrator. Upon returning to Whittier, he became a physical education consultant for the Whittier City School District and the City of Whittier Recreation Department. He made regular visits to area schools and playgrounds, advising teachers and students on how best to use their physical education and recreation time, and teaching new games, including square dancing. Throughout the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, Mr. Dedmon was in charge of after-school sports and summer recreation programs for Whittier City Schools and ran summer sports leagues, play days, and the much-anticipated holiday basketball tournament. Mr. Dedmon was also the founder of that great playground game, Foursquare. He always emphasized healthy habits and basic skills rather than winning. Yes, he was a great athlete. If you were to ask him what he was the most proud of, he would say it was the impact he had on the lives of young people. After retirement, Arvle enjoyed traveling, square dancing, and spending time with his grandchildren, all 4 of whom are Whittier High School graduates. To this day, family members are very proud when people approach them to say how much Mr. Dedmon influenced their lives. The Alumni Association is very proud to induct into the Whittier High School Hall of Fame from the class of 1938, Mr. Arvle Dedmon. With us to accept his award is Arvle's son, Bruce.
On behalf of my father, I truly want to thank everyone involved in his nomination to the Hall of Fame. And I'm sure he would have been deeply honored by his induction. Obviously, I didn't know my father when he attended Whittier High School, but I did know him as I was growing up. And he was a great storyteller. Some of these stories were meant to tease us as little ones, but you always knew when there was a degree of falsehood in his stories because he couldn't help but smile and his nose was twitch just a little. Others were ones you could learn from, and he would tell these stories over and over again to whoever would listen. One of his favorites involved 2 young men who wanted the starting quarterback position for the game that night. Both were qualified, but with different skills. In order to decide, the coach interviewed the 2 boys, first came into the coach's office, flopped down on a chair and said, "Yeah, what's up?" The coach then asked him to close the door so he got up, gave the quick kick to the door and slammed it shut, flopping down again on the chair saying, "What's up?" Now the second boy came in, stood up erect in front of the coach's desk and asked, "Coach, how can I help you?" The coach then asked him to close the doors. So the young man ran outside, closed the door to the girls' gym, came back in, closed both doors to the boys' gym, the door to the locker room, and then the coach's office. Then standing in front of the coach, he asked, "Coach, are there any other doors you want me to close?" Then my father would ask, "Which boy do you think quarterback that night?" Obviously, it was the boy that showed the extra initiative. This is the same principle that my father patterned his life around. He always did the extra. Getting by was never an option. He could have done his job for the school district and gone home. Instead, he organized, as mentioned, the after-school sports and summer recreation programs, the holiday basketball tournament in both the old boys and girls gyms at Whittier High School. On Saturday mornings during the school year, he hosted inter-school football, basketball, and baseball tournaments. The list of things he accomplished goes on even after he retired. He was always looking for ways to help the youth of his community in the same way he was helped growing up. I learned a lot from his stories, as did my two brothers. We all tried to imitate the principles his stories impacted. As mentioned in his introduction, but it is worth saying again, my father promoted healthy habits and basic skills rather than emphasizing competition. He was an above average athlete, but if you ever asked him, the things he would say he was most proud of would be the impact he had on the young people he was able to influence. Now, my father passed away many years ago, but I'm sure that the honor that you're giving him today would be deeply appreciated. And I'm sure he would also want to thank my mother, who also passed away quite a few years ago, because she was a great influence on him as well. So again, my brothers and I, along with our families, want to thank everyone involved in our father's induction into the Whittier High School Hall of Fame. So again, thank you. And we look forward to seeing the Hall of Fame once this pandemic is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce, for representing your family this evening. The Whittier High School Alumni Association began to award scholarships to well-deserving seniors in 2005. That year, 5 $1,000 scholarships were given in the names of Richard and Patricia Nixon, Maxine Milner Rich, the composer of the Whittier High School alma mater, Vic Lopez, a beloved teacher and coach, and in memorial of Henry Kalinsky, a devoted Cardinal alum, as well as a $2,000 scholarship given by the Educational Foundation. 6 scholarships were awarded each year from 2005 to 2010. In 2011, the scholarship committee decided that there were far too many highly qualified and well-deserving students, and the number of recipients were doubled to 12 scholarships. Last year, the alumni board voted to increase the amount awarded to $1,500 for 11 scholarships and one $3,000 scholarship. We are pleased to announce this year that 11 of the scholarships have been fully funded through the generosity of individual alumni and families. To date, the Whittier High School Alumni Association has given out 169 scholarships for a total of over $200,000. We are sorry that we couldn't celebrate these Cardinals last year, but hear from their colleges or universities are the 2020 scholarship recipients.
Hello, my name is Julia Casas and I am going to Harvard University. I'm double majoring in biomedical engineering and neuroscience with a secondary in ethnicity, migration, and rights. My goal is to ultimately become a doctor and study neurodegenerative diseases. I want to thank the Alumni Association and specifically the Freitag Sisters for my scholarship, which is helping me fulfill my dream of attending an Ivy League institution. Finally, I want to thank Whittier High School for their endless support and love over the years. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joseph Ansich and I received the Welsh Peel Family Scholarship Award. I wanted to say thank you to them and to the Whittier High School Alumni Association. I also wanted to give a big thanks to my family, my mom and dad, of course, always pushing me, and my future goals are just to be successful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Citlali Miranda and I'm currently attending UCLA where I'm majoring in biochemistry and minoring in mathematics. My ultimate goal is to attend medical school to become a pediatrician. I'd like to thank the Alumni Association as well as the Vanderwalls family for the scholarship which has brought me one step closer to that goal. I'd also like to thank the incredible staff at Whittier High School for all their support and guidance throughout my education.
Hello, my name is Jose Miguel. I'm currently enrolled at the University of Laverne. I'm double majoring in educational studies and social studies with a minor in political science. I received the award scholarship, and I'm grateful to all Whittier High School staff and faculty that made that possible. It's put me a step closer to my goal, which is creating a nonprofit organization for low-income families and underprivileged kids to have access to education. I will always be a Cardinal.
Thank you to the 2020 scholarship recipients who were able to send us a video. We wish all of the 2020 scholarship recipients the best as they pursue their goals at college. And now, to begin with the first four of our 2021 scholarship recipients. This year's recipient of the Richard Nixon Scholarship is Kiana Carbajal. This scholarship was generously funded this year by Whittier City Mayor and alum Joe Vinatieri, class of 1971, and Stephanie Cuevas, the 2008 Richard Nixon Scholarship recipient. Nixon scholarships have typically been awarded to student leaders interested in law and public service. Congratulations, Kiana.
Richard Nixon has been a symbol of inspiration and dedication during my time at Whittier, and I am deeply honored to be awarded the scholarship and trusted to carry on his legacy of leadership. His success as a Whittier High School Cardinal and a President of the United States has taught me qualities such as strength and perseverance that I incorporate into every single one of my classes and extracurricular activities. I plan to keep Nixon's powerful leadership and determination in mind when I hopefully attend the University of Chicago in the fall and pursue a career as a public defender. Additionally, I plan to always remember the kindness and generosity that the Alumni Association has offered to all members of the Whittier High School community. Thank you.
This year's recipient of the Vic Lopez Scholarship is Jose Rodriguez. Vic Lopez graduated in 1946 and went on to become a beloved teacher and coach at Whittier High School. He was a founding member of the Whittier High School Alumni Association, passing away in 2002 while serving as its president. He and his widow, Jan, also from the class of 1946, were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2001. Jan and her family have honored Vic's memory by providing this scholarship since 2005. Congratulations, Jose.
I am so very grateful to receive the Vic Lopez Scholarship. Thank you to the Lopez family for the generosity of this support. My favorite memories of Whittier High School will be my experiences as president of the Puente program, and I plan to use that leadership experience when I hopefully attend Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences and hopefully become an anesthesiologist or a surgeon. And again, just thank you to the Alumni Association for all they do for Whittier High School.
This year's recipient of the Jenkins Family Scholarship is Adan Garcia. This scholarship is provided by Don Jenkins, class of 1949. Don was also inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006. His 3 children graduated from Whittier High School in the 70s. In appreciation of Whittier High School's influence in all of their lives, Don has provided for a family scholarship for the last 5 years. Congratulations, Adan.
I am really happy and excited to receive the Jenkins Family Scholarship. Thank you, Jenkins family, for giving me the opportunity to succeed in college by helping my family and I pay for my education. My favorite memories at Whittier High School will be my experiences as captain of the cross-country team. I plan to use that leadership experience when I attend California State University of Long Beach in the fall, where I hope to major in criminal justice and become a federal law enforcement agent. Finally, I would like to thank the Alumni Association for giving all of these students the recognition that they deserve for their hard work. And thank you, Alumni Association, for all that you do.
This year's recipient of the Vanderwall Family Scholarship is Kaylee Reyes. Clinton D. Vanderwall graduated from Whittier High School in 1943. The Alumni Association was pleasantly surprised in 2017 when our educational foundation was named as the beneficiary of the Vanderwall Trust after the passing of Clinton's wife, Helen Vanderwall. The money we received will help the Alumni Association provide scholarships for many years to come. Congratulations, Kaylee.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be receiving the Vanderwall Family Scholarship. Thank you to the Vanderwall family for all their support that they have given to the Alumni Association and me included. My favorite memory at Whittier High School was getting to be team captain for the swim team for all 4 years. I plan to take the leadership skills that I gained with me when I attend Boston University in the fall in hopes to become a physical therapist. Thank you to the Alumni Association for all they do at Whittier High School.
Congratulations to all of the students on your scholarships. The Alumni Association is very excited to give back to you and hopefully support you in your college careers. My name is Stephanie Cuevas, and I graduated from Whittier High School in 2008. After graduating from Yale University, I worked in Washington, D.C. in the House of Representatives for 8 years. In 2020, I made my way back to Whittier, and I joined the Alumni Association this year. I'm honored to introduce a true trailblazer in the field of women's athletics, Miss Eleanor Bewley, one of our newest members of the Whittier High School Hall of Fame. Ellie, as she is affectionately known, grew up in Whittier and attended Hoover, Dexter, and graduated from Whittier High School in 1965. She was a recipient of the Cardinal Key and appears in the annual with George Bueller as the most athletic members of the class of 1965. Ellie was extremely fortunate to be one of the first generation of young women to enjoy athletic competition, even though there were no uniforms, buses for transportation, established leagues, or other amenities for female teams. It was her passion to play sports that propelled her life journey. Ellie received her BA degree from Earlham College, receiving all honors and honors in her major, physical education. She competed in field hockey in the fall, basketball in the winter, and tennis in the spring. In 1969, she was named the Earlham College Girl of the Year in recognition of her academic and athletic success. One of the reasons she chose Earlham was because it was one of the few colleges at the time that provided an athletic experience for women. There were no conferences or leagues, so they competed against Indiana University, Purdue, Ball State, and several other smaller private institutions in Indiana and Ohio. Ellie changed her clothes in an equipment closet as there were no locker rooms for women and played with discarded basketballs from the men's teams. The idea of a smaller basketball to fit women's hands was an idea that was still several years in the future. There were no uniforms, simply odd-looking tunics with no numbers or college logo, but she got to play. Ellie returned to California upon graduation to attend the University of Southern California, where she received a master's degree in physical education. During the 1970 to 71 academic year, women were allowed to compete for a fifth year if they matriculated directly into a master's degree program. This allowed Ellie the opportunity to play on the women's basketball team and tennis team at USC. Upon completion of her studies at USC, Ellie was hired to teach at Lucerna High School and to coach tennis, basketball, and track. In October 2019, Ellie attended her 50th college reunion. A classmate remarked to her, "I remember you on the basketball court, and what I would say is that you came to play." Ellie carried this passion to play throughout her career as a teacher and a coach, and ultimately as the Dean of Physical Education and the athletic director at Rio Hondo College, where she worked for 35 years. Ellie fought passionately for the opportunity for young girls and women to have the athletic experience she so desperately wanted in her life. She served on the first Gender Equity Committee for the California Community College System and served 3 years as the chair of the state governing organization for community college athletics, served as president of her athletic conference 3 times, as president of the statewide Athletic Directors Association, and as a statewide representative for women's basketball and volleyball. She was appointed as the 5th woman to head a physical education athletic department out of 108 California community colleges. Ellie has been recognized for her contributions to the development of women's athletic programs by being named Woman of the Year in 1988 by the Whittier Seroptimus Club and was inducted to the Earlham College Athletic Hall of Fame. Ellie has also led a life of service to her community. She has been a member of the Board of Trustees at Earlham College for 25 years, where she has assumed several leadership roles. Ellie has been an active member of Whittier First Friends Church. She has also served on the Rio Hondo College Foundation Board and the Whittier Public Library Foundation Board as president. Currently, Ellie serves on the board of the Whittier YMCA. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1965, Ellie Bewley.
First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to those on the Alumni Foundation Board who have nominated me for this award. When I look at the wall of pictures in the library of past recipients, I'm humbled. Whittier High School has produced a lot of wonderful, successful people, and it's amazing to me that I am included in this group of fine graduates. When I told my sister that I had received this award, she said to me, "So what did you do to get this award?" I was kind of stumped by that question. And I've really given it a lot of thought. All I can say is that from my earliest memories, I just wanted to play. I wanted to play sports. And I didn't have very many opportunities. I saw the boys playing. I saw the boys with nice uniforms, with coaches, officials to officiate their games. And I just wanted to play. I was a pre-Title IX baby, but fortunately at Whittier High School, Genevieve Lessig and Louise Van Domelen were pioneers, the earliest of pioneers, and they were beginning to have competition. And so I was lucky because I got in on the ground floor and I got to do some playing. We had to have bake sales to raise money to pay for our expenses, but that was also part of the fun. I wanted to have the experience of testing myself. I wanted to test my physical skills, my ability to compete, to win and lose gracefully. And I longed, this may seem silly to many of you, but I wanted so desperately to wear a uniform with a number on it. In those days, we would never have dreamed of having our name on the back of our shirt. I just wanted a number. And I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but at East Whittier School, which is on Whittier Boulevard and Gunn, I go through that intersection almost every day of my life. And in many seasons of the year, there are lots of, today in recent times, young girls starting at about age 5 that are playing softball there. And I have on many occasions driven past there and seen these cute little 5-year-old, 6-year-old girls wearing pink uniform shirts with numbers on them. And I have to tell you that my heart almost skips a beat. I would have given anything to have had, pink was my favorite color, I have to tell you. I would have given anything when I was a young kid to have had a pink shirt and been a part of a team. All of this forged my passion, and I was lucky enough to live my life, my professional life, and I got to live out my passion. And I am thrilled when I turn on the TV and I see women playing golf, playing basketball. It really, it does my heart good to see that in this day and time, young women who are skilled and want to have that team experience are able to have it. It is my distinct pleasure to be able to announce and to award a scholarship that Genevieve Lessig and I have established to honor a top woman athlete from Whittier High School. Genevieve Lessig started the girls' athletic program. I was one of the first beneficiaries of her efforts. And it has meant a lot to me to establish this scholarship to honor her and her work to start athletics for young women. The recipient this year is Jazelyn Perez. And Jazelyn, it's very fitting that you are a cross-country runner for 4 years at Whittier, because Genevieve's expertise was coaching track and field, and she had many successful women's track teams at Whittier High School. Jazelyn faced quite a challenge this year when distance learning started, because she didn't have a phone and she didn't have internet, didn't have a computer. She is bilingual. She's taken many AP classes, and she has a stunning 4.2 GPA. Jazelyn, congratulations. It's an honor to recognize you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bewley, for this amazing opportunity. Your story is amazing, and I'm very appreciative for both you and the Alumni Association. I look forward to attending Cal State Long Beach this fall to major in business. I'm grateful for Whittier High School and for the lasting memories that I've made on campus with my amazing teachers, coaches, and peers. My favorite memory at Whittier High School has to be attending races with my cross-country team. It was always so exhilarating standing on the starting line alongside my teammates preparing to run together. Now I am leaving Whittier High School to become a first-generation college student, and I couldn't be more gracious for having attended an amazing school that is so dedicated to the success of its students. I thank you, Ms. Bewley, for your generosity, and I'm inspired by your journey.
The next alum I have the honor of presenting is Miss Collette Marcellin. While at Whittier High, Miss Marcellin was incredibly committed to her academics, taking as many science classes as possible, and was very much appreciated by Whittier's incredible science faculty. Miss Marcellin's commitment to academics was matched by her commitment to extracurricular activities. She was active on the yearbook and newspaper staffs and served on the Girls League board. During her senior year, she was the Cardinal yearbook editor, a homecoming princess, and one of 4 students who shared valedictory honors. After graduating from Whittier High School, Ms. Marcellin received a Bachelor of Arts from Rice University and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Chicago. Ms. Marcellin worked as a hospital administrator for 9 years in the US and in Kenya. She also served as a Los Angeles Transportation Commissioner from 1990 to 1992, where she chaired the ambulance subcommittee. In 1992, Ms. Marcellin chose to switch careers and became a diplomat with the Department of State. She has served as a senior foreign service officer at the rank of Minister Counselor, which is equivalent to a 2-star general serving in the office of the Inspector General. Most recently, she served as the Deputy Chief of Missions at the U.S. Embassy in Kampala, Uganda. Her other overseas tours included management assignments in Kabul, Afghanistan, Dhaka, Bangladesh, Paris, France, and Singapore. She also served in economic assignments in Jakarta, Indonesia, and a consular tour in Bridgetown, Barbados. Throughout her career, Ms. Marcellin has volunteered on the boards of international schools and on the J. Kirby Simon Foreign Service Trust. According to the U.S. Office of Civil Rights, Ms. Marcellin demonstrated leadership, creativity, and individual initiative in advancing U.S. policy across a wide range of global issues with a special emphasis on the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1977, Collette Marcellin.
Thank you, Stephanie. I greatly appreciate the honor of being recognized as a Hall of Famer. Both Whittier and Whittier High School hold a very special place in my heart. Towards the end of my junior year, my father came home with the news that he was being transferred to Dallas, Texas. I was devastated. Since I was going to be the Cardinal yearbook editor, I desperately did not want to leave Whittier and move to a new school and be a new student during my senior year. So my brother and I persuaded my parents to trust us, and we got an apartment and we stayed for that final year. But it was bittersweet because I knew I would be leaving Whittier at the end of the school year and that I wouldn't have a home there to return to. This departure and my first move away from Whittier set me on the course of continual moves that continued throughout my foreign service career as a diplomat. But to this day, Whittier is the place that I have lived the longest and which still feels like home. Now, during my time at Whittier, we had many, many outstanding, dedicated teachers, but I was particularly pleased to be named in the Hall of Fame during the same year as Ben Chu, who was one of my most favorite teachers. He was a hero and an inspiration to many of us at that time. Now, like all of you, I wouldn't trade my high school years for anyone else's or Whittier High for any other school. Once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. My family and I believe in passing the baton to the next generation, which is why we chose to fund the Marcellin Family Scholarship. And it is my distinct honor and pleasure to give the scholarship this year to Alejandra Santiago. Alejandra will be a first-generation college student. She has been a member of ASB and loves the diversity and abundance, which is her words, of opportunities at Whittier High School. She has developed strong leadership skills at Whittier High School, and I am sure she will continue on her path of success. Congratulations, Alejandra, and now over to you for a few words.
I am so thankful to be receiving the Marcellin Family Scholarship and would like to thank from the bottom of my heart the entire Marcellin family for your generosity and support in my journey. I hope to attend either UCLA or Duke University in the fall of 2021 and major in public policy. I would also like to take this moment to express my deep gratitude and love for all of Whittier High School and all it has done for me the past 4 years. Whittier High School has been my pace of personal growth for the past 4 years through my experiences in some pretty tough classes, my responsibilities as a club president, ASB member, as a volunteer in my community, as well as an employee at a law office while in school. But most of all, I would like to thank the people who I have met at Whittier for changing me and for forming me into the person that I am today. All of the staff, the faculty, the amazing teachers, the administrators, and my peers that I have met throughout my years. Again, thank you.
Congratulations, inductees and scholarship recipients, and thank you, Stephanie. Besides planning the annual Hall of Fame celebration and providing scholarships to students, the Whittier High School Alumni Association, which began in 2000, raised enough money to restore and reupholster all the seats and armrests in the beautiful Vic Lopez Auditorium. You can go on to our alumni website and purchase a seat with your name plaque. All proceeds from those purchases will help to continue the upkeep of the Whittier High School Auditorium. In 2018, the Whittier High School Alumni Association completed a decade-long campaign to refurbish and install a Wurlitzer organ in the auditorium. This was accomplished through the generous donations and efforts of Mr. Bill Wood, class of 1941. Through his work on the board, over $450,000 was raised to bring our auditorium to the state it was intended 75 years ago. Please watch on our website for future opportunities to enjoy organ concerts, school plays, and other events in our beautiful Vic Lopez Auditorium. We hope you enjoy the short video of Mark Harmon, world-renowned organist, playing our amazing Whittier High School Wurlitzer organ. And now to continue with our next group of 2021 scholarship recipients. This year's John Lasseter Scholarship recipient is Evelyn Barajas. John, from the class of 1975, was creator of Pixar. He was inducted into our Whittier High School Hall of Fame in 2016 and has provided a student scholarship in his name for students majoring in the arts for the last 5 years. Congratulations, Evelyn.
I'm incredibly and sincerely grateful for receiving the John Lasseter Scholarship. Thank you, John Lasseter and his wife, for this gracious support. Whittier High School for the past 4 years has been my second home. I was given both support and creative freedom within my classes and clubs, and it allowed me to discover my love for art and storytelling. I plan to attend Cal State Fullerton or Woodbury University to pursue a career in animation. I'd also want to thank the Whittier High School Alumni Association for this amazing opportunity and for all they do in Whittier High School. Thank you.
This year's Freitag Sisters Scholarship recipient is Ashley Pedraza. Kathy Freitag Clark and Nancy Freitag sisters, who graduated respectively in 1975 and 1980, were inducted into the Whittier High School Hall of Fame in 2018 and have generously provided scholarships for the past 3 years for females seeking higher education in STEM fields. Congratulations, Ashley.
Thank you. I'm very excited and grateful to receive the Freitag Sister Scholarship. I'd love to personally thank Nancy and Kathy for the efforts they're putting into the STEM field and for their generous support. My favorite memories as a Cardinal are definitely getting together with friends for activities for chemistry club and being an academic mentor itself. I will take these amazing memories with me as I start my new journey of becoming a medical scientist as I study biochemistry. Thank you so much to the Whittier High School alumni for all that you do.
This year's Welsh Peel Family Scholarship recipient is Alexandra Anguiano. John Peel, class of 1974, and Lori Welsh Peel, class of 1980, served on the alumni board for 19 years and have generously set up a family endowment to provide annual scholarships to honor their families' 4 generations of Whittier High School alum. Lori's grandmother graduated from Whittier High School in 1908, and their daughters, Sarah and Melanie, my nieces, graduated in 2006 and 2010. Congratulations, Alexandra.
Thank you. I am so excited and grateful to receive the Welsh Peel Family Scholarship. Thank you to the Welsh Peel family for this generous support. My favorite memories at Whittier High School were made being the president of the Junior State of America Club. I plan to use my leadership experience when I attend California State University of Fullerton in the fall, and I hope to become an international business entrepreneur. Once again, a big thank you to the incredible Alumni Association and the Welsh Peel family for helping me get one step closer to this huge and amazing milestone in my future. Thank you.
This year's recipient of the Ivania Soto Scholarship is Christian Miranda. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016, Dr. Ivania Soto, class of 1994, and professor at Whittier College, is the youngest alum to be recognized by the Alumni Association. Ivania has generously provided scholarships for the past 3 years, recognizing first-generation college-going seniors who desire to go into the field of education. Congratulations, Christian.
Thank you. I would like to say that I'm honored to be receiving the Ivania Soto Scholarship and would like to send my warmest gratitude to the Soto family for enabling me to achieve my lifelong goal of attending a top-tier university. I have many fond memories at Whittier High School, such as my experiences playing baseball or tennis, but the one that tops it all is winning Super States Chess Championship with the chess club. I plan to use the experiences and skills I learned at Whittier High School when I attend the California Institute of Technology, or Caltech, in the fall, where I will study computer science. Once again, I would like to thank the Alumni Association for helping students at Whittier High School achieve their dreams.
The first generation recipient of the Wally Leonard Memorial Scholarship is Georgette Lopez. When Wally Leonard, beloved counselor and faculty member at Whittier High School from 1951 through 1981, passed away this last November at the age of 100, there was an outpouring of interest to fund a Wally Leonard Memorial Scholarship. We sincerely appreciate the many alum and faculty who contributed. Within 1 month, enough money was donated to cover this scholarship for 2 years. Congratulations, Georgette.
Wally Leonard's character is exemplary of bravery and resilience, as well as generosity to a degree nearly unmatched. These aspects are ones I find particularly imperative to remember and implement in my life, especially now when they are needed most. I will always be grateful to the donors for their generosity, as it provides the fuel for first-gen low-income students of color such as myself to not only achieve their dreams, but to believe in them. Most, if not all of my favorite memories at Whittier High are with the theater company, where I was able to strengthen my passion for the arts with some of the most talented people I've ever met and probably will ever meet. I plan to utilize the lessons I learned with the theater company when I hopefully attend Chapman University in the fall with the intention to become an actor and activist. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Tim Liggett, principal of Whittier High School, who I was smart enough to hire as administrator 7 years ago.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tim Liggett, and it is my great honor to be the principal of Whittier High School. I'm coming to you today from the Horseshoe at Whittier High in front of the William C. Gordon Library. In a normal year, it would be our pleasure to host the Alumni Association Hall of Fame dinner in the building behind me, but unfortunately, this is anything but a normal year. That said, the COVID-19 pandemic has forced all of us to learn how to do things differently. And so I was thrilled to learn that there would be a virtual Hall of Fame event this year. Now, there are a lot of cool things about being the principal of Whittier High School, but some of the coolest parts of the job are the opportunities I get from time to time to recognize some of our many deserving staff members for their hard work. Every year, the Alumni Association recognizes a teacher or staff member of the year, and because we missed the Hall of Fame last year, I'm excited to make 2 recognitions this year. So without any further ado, here are the Alumni Association Staff Members of the Year for 2020 and 2021. So I've moved across the street to the south side of campus, to room P2, or GS2, as it was known for many years. This classroom was the longtime home of our Alumni Association Teacher of the Year for 2020, Mrs. Alicia Lara Wright. Alicia started as a Spanish teacher at Whittier High School in 1989 and made many contributions to Whittier High over her 31-year teaching career. She played a huge role in building up an AP Spanish program that at one time had only 5 students in AP Spanish language, to the point now where we typically have multiple sections of AP Spanish language in addition to the AP Spanish literature course that Alicia built herself. She was the chair of the World Languages Department for many years, providing great leadership for her department with a lot of empathy and a solution-oriented approach. I always enjoyed watching Alicia teach because her enthusiasm for her students was always so obvious and so infectious. Alicia retired at the end of last year, and we've all missed her quite a bit since she's been gone. Alicia, thank you so much for everything you've done for Whittier High School. You are very deserving of this honor. And now, here's a message from the 2020 Teacher of the Year, Alicia Lara Wright.
First, I'd like to thank the alumni for awarding me this honor. As an AP teacher for many years, I'm grateful for the many scholarships you awarded many of our needy students because they would not have been able to take the exam. The Alumni Association has been a blessing for Whittier High School for many years. I especially would like to thank my administration for nominating me and for the many years the administrators have supported me. Thank you, Cousin Art Ponce, for directing me to Whittier High School in 19-something, I don't remember. and Paul Montes for hiring me, even though I was late for my interview because I was lost. I am retired now and I enjoy it, but I miss my dear colleagues, and I also extremely miss my students. I'm going to always remember you, and I will never forget you. As they say at Whittier, once a cardinal, always a cardinal. I'd like to thank you again. I'd like to thank you very much again.
Good evening, Whittier High alumni, friends, and family. I am Dr. Robert West, Professor of Geology at East Los Angeles College and Whittier High graduate from the class of 1978. I have been a member of our Alumni Association Board for the past year and currently serve as editor of our newsletter, The Cardinal Chatter. It is my great pleasure to introduce our final two inductees to the Whittier High School Hall of Fame. I'm greatly honored to introduce our next inductee, Cynthia Oy Barbee. Cynthia grew up in a Whittier as the fourth of 6 children. Growing up in a large family fueled her love of competition and cooperation. She loved athletics and always felt confident competing with boys in games and sports. Cynthia graduated from Whittier High in 1973, where she competed in track, swimming, softball, volleyball, basketball, and tennis. Continuing her education at Rio Hondo, she competed in tennis and archery. While completing her AA degree in general education, Cindy transferred to UCLA, where she earned a Bachelor of Science degree in kinesiology and played on the intercollegiate softball team for 3 years. In 1978, her UCLA team won its first national championship in the Women's College World Series. At UCLA, Cindy also became an EMT while working for the UCLA Police Department. In 1983, after completing a 10-week fire academy assignment, she was sworn in as the first female Los Angeles County firefighter. In 1986, a CBS Movie of the Week titled Firefighter portrayed Cindy's remarkable journey. During her nearly 28-year career, Cindy moved through the ranks of firefighter, paramedic, firefighter specialist, fire inspector, public information officer, and fire captain. She served as captain at the fire station on Hadley near Whittier High School. Cindy has been featured in numerous TV shows, and in 2000 was one of 10 recipients of the Woman of the Year Award presented by the Los Angeles County Commission for Women. In 2018, Cindy was selected to receive the inaugural Trailblazer Award from the Los Angeles County Fire Department, which recognized her courage, commitment, and contributions to empowering women in the fire service, noting especially her leadership, positive spirit, and bravery. Cindy retired in 2010 and currently resides in Dana Point, California with her husband, Alan. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1973, Cynthia Oy Barbee.
I just wanted to thank my sister, Patty Labrilius, for tossing my hat into the ring and submitting my name to the Whittier High School Hall of Fame Committee. I have to tell you, I really enjoyed growing up in Whittier. The best part was our 2 parents, Bill and Joyce Oy. They were always involved in their kids' activities, including church, politics, sports, fundraising, and they had a great work ethic. 5 of the 6 kids in my family graduated from Whittier High School. The awesome campus that we grew up and know as Whittier High School was for grown-ups. I was so proud to walk the halls of Whittier High School because it looked like an office building or something where grown-ups would be, and no other high school was like that. And it had such a strong history, being the first high school in Whittier. Anyway, I wanted to mention our next door neighbor, Esther Walker. She had a little Volkswagen Bug, and she would commute to American Savings in East Whittier every morning. And she always offered us a ride to Whittier High School. And we always accepted, of course. One of her sons, or one of her children, was Tim Walker. And if you remember Tim Walker, he was the quarterback of the 1964 CIF championship football team. And so it was always awesome to watch Tim throw his football at the oak trees on Cadbury Road where we lived, because it's just so much fun to be involved in that just from afar. Also, some fond memories I have of Whittier High School were going to the swim meets and water polo meets and cheering my brother Bill on, going to the football games, because that was always an exciting time for a high schooler, the pep rallies, and of course, the spontaneous crazy activities that occurred in the quad almost daily. One basketball game that I remember distinctly was one that Ms. Sanders set up, and it was a tournament, and she arranged for Sonora High School and Whittier High School to play it for the championship of the tournament if we both, continued to win. And of course we did. And Sonora High School had Ann Myers as their top player. And so that was really exciting to play against Ann Myers, because she was already very well known even as a high schooler. And what was really funny is that Dave Myers, her brother, played for UCLA the same night that we played in this last day of the tournament. And the scores were identical. UCLA was 79, and Ann's team, Sonora High School, had a 79. Of course, we had 59, so we lost, but we had a great time playing that game. Also, let's see, I have, my sister Nancy. She was one of the first ones at Whittier High School, as far as the family goes, and she was able to play the clarinet in the Rose Parade. And that was a really exciting thing for Whittier High School's band to be in the Rose Parade. Anyway, I just wanted to finish it up by just saying that it was an awesome time at Whittier High School. And like you mentioned, I was able to work at my last fire station. It was Fire Station 17 on Hadley, a stone's throw from Whittier High School. So that was a thrilling thing to have as my final career move on the fire department. I just wanted to thank you all for inducting me into the Hall of Fame. It's a great honor and a privilege to be part of Whittier High School's history now.
And last, but certainly not least, is our Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Thomas O'Hare. Thomas was born and raised in Whittier, the fifth son in a family of 11. He was born on Father's Day, and his father would often tease him, saying that he was a decent gift, but what he had really hoped for was a new tie. Dr. O'Hare shared that nothing from his high school years would qualify him for Whittier High School's Hall of Fame consideration. On thinking back, he most treasured his teachers, coaches, and classmates at Whittier High. Thomas remembers having some truly gifted teachers: Mr. Chu for chemistry, Mr. Hess in math, Ms. Levering in creative writing, Mr. Spain in history, and Mr. Johnson in English. These teachers challenged him to think for himself and to present his ideas clearly. After graduation in 1980, Thomas decided to attend Southern Oregon University, where he discovered that he was well suited for a career in science. He received his Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and then attended graduate school at the University of Washington, where he fell in love with the art of synthesizing molecules for the purpose of inhibiting enzymes. After earning his PhD in chemistry, Thomas completed 2 postdoctoral fellowships, one in chemistry from Oregon State University, and one in molecular microbiology and immunology at Oregon Health and Science University in Portland. Dr. O'Hare's research focuses on chronic myeloid leukemia, acute myeloid leukemia, and other blood cancers. Dr. O'Hare has been a research professor of medicine in the Division of Hematology and Hematologic Malignancies in the Department of Internal Medicine at the University of Utah, where he was most recently named director of their hematology biorepository. His cancer research lab is located in the Huntsman Cancer Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1980, Dr. Thomas O'Hare.
Thank you for inducting me into the Whittier High School Hall of Fame. I thank my family for their love and friendship. I'd also like to pay tribute to the 2020 scholarship recipients. For me, the most exciting part of the planned festivities was the chance to honor each of you in person. My advice for you is simple: go out and make the world a better place. I've been out of high school for a long time. I can think of 100 or even 200 names, but for all of these classmates, the question is the same. What has become of you? If I had to answer, I'd say, I've led a privileged life focused on science and education, on being outside, and on building strong, meaningful relationships. Jan and I have been married for 30 years. Thank you, Jan. Our slogan, Alone Together, has proven very successful. It's easier for students to remember a teacher than the converse. Therefore, I realized that Mr. Chu, who I will respectfully refer to as Ben for the first time in my life, may not remember me. If he does, I hope he's pleasantly surprised to discover that I'm a fellow inductee. Making good on the investments that my teachers and coaches made in me has been a motivator in my career. In my youth, I had an excellent memory. That's a useful attribute, but it won't get you far in chemistry. High school chemistry was the first class that challenged and even baffled me. And Mr. Chu was the first teacher who asked me to think deeply and come up with my own models and explanations. Let's just put it bluntly, Ben kicked my academic butt, but in a way that showed underlying confidence in me. I thank Mr. Chu and his colleagues for challenging me and believing in me. Please let me know the next time the Cardinals are having a barbecue with Ben's special skills featured. I'll come and give him a richly deserved hug. I'm viewing my induction as a Most Improved Player award. Thank you all for your patience as I found a way to become a good person who enjoys helping others. 7 O'Hare siblings graduated from Whittier High. On behalf of all of us, thank you, teachers, coaches, and staff. And I'll close by speaking directly to my parents. You gave so much for your family, and we will never forget it. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Congratulations, Dr. Thomas O'Hare, and all of these evening's amazing Hall of Fame inductees. You inspire all of us, especially the scholarship recipients and all Whittier High School students who may be watching this evening. You are examples of hardworking Cardinals who dreamed big, went to college and found your passion, and have made a difference in this world. Thank you. And now, Mr. Tim Liggett again, recognizing a group of Whittier High School staff who have become heroes this last year, providing hope and sustenance to Whittier High School students.
So I've moved again out to Philadelphia Street, where in just a little while, our food services team will be providing grab-and-go lunches for our students. When we closed school on March 13, 2020, one of our big concerns was that many of our students rely on school lunches as a primary meal. Thankfully, our district was able to be part of a grant program that allowed us to continue to provide free lunches for all school-aged kids in the community, whether they are Whittier High School students or not. This means that for the past year, our food services team has been the only employee group that has been working on campus every single day and interacting with the public. They are, without a doubt, the unsung heroes of the pandemic at Whittier High School. I know it's an unconventional choice, but when it came to recognizing a Staff Member of the Year for 2021, I absolutely had to give it to our entire food services team for their amazing hard work and incredibly positive attitudes. Here's some footage of us surprising them with this announcement, followed by a message from our cafeteria manager, Becky Ramirez.
Our Teacher of the Year this year is the Whittier High School Food Services team. You are the only group of people who have been here every single day for the last year, serving the public, providing basic human needs, and doing it with a smile on your face, even though they can't see it behind your mask. Let me know you're smiling. So congratulations, everybody.
What a warm surprise to be acknowledged for all of our hard work. It's been one of those years, but we pulled through as a team. We truly appreciate being recognized as part of the Cardinal family. On behalf of the team here in Nutrition Services, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm back inside the library in our Hall of Fame portrait gallery. I'd like to thank the Alumni Association for allowing me to honor some of our incredible staff members. More importantly, I would like to thank the Alumni Association for all of their amazing support for Whittier High School, including student scholarships for college, helping students pay for AP exams and college applications, and contributions to numerous Whittier High School programs. To all of you who donate to the Alumni Association, please know that our entire staff and student body is very grateful for your generosity, and that we are all committed to continuing the legacy that you all played a role in crafting. Thank you so very much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you again, Tim, and to all of the hardworking cafeteria workers. Thank you for all that you have done for our Whittier High School community. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the remaining 2021 scholarship recipients. This year, a panel of 5 board members interviewed 20 Whittier High School seniors over a rigorous 2-day Zoom interviews. All 20 students were brilliant and articulate. It has always been a challenge to select the scholarship recipients. This year was no different. However, this year, we were additionally impressed by their stories of resiliency through an entire year of distance learning. Imagine high school without athletic competitions, without theater or band performances, without assemblies, clubs, homecoming, or the prom. An entire year without senior friends or favorite teachers every day. We were inspired by these students' positive attitudes and continued love and appreciation for Whittier High School. And I am proud to say that the Whittier High School Alumni Board voted unanimously to award all 20 students scholarships this year. I sincerely thank the 231 Whittier High School alumni, faculty, and friends who donated generously last year, allowing us to provide 7 additional $1,000 scholarships to these students.
My name is Ruby Fernandez, and I am standing right in front of the C building at Whittier High. This spot is very special to me because it's where my friends and I used to hang out. A lot of laughs were shared and memories were made. I want to sincerely thank Whittier High School's Alumni Association for this scholarship. Although I am currently awaiting acceptance letters, I plan to use the money for my first year tuition at either USC, LMU, or those schools I've already been accepted to pursue a career in business. Once again, thank you.
My name is Johnny Krikorian, and I just want to say that I'm really thankful for the scholarship award. I'm currently parked in front of the famous Whittier High School auditorium, but I'm not parked in front of the stairs. No, because that's where the people who came to watch the shows normally came in from. This little place right here, see if I can turn my, I don't know. So that place right there is where I would come in from. I probably spent about, I can't even say, every day after school for like 3 hours, I would come here for rehearsal. And I gotta say, it was one of the hardest things, but definitely something that I will always be thankful for. The friends and memories I've had in this very building right in front of me has been amazing, and I'll never forget it. So thank you guys for giving me this award. I really appreciate it. And I promise I'll make you guys proud. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jack Lukeen, and I want to give a huge thank you to the Alumni Association for giving me the Alumni Scholarship. I plan to attend either UCLA or UC Irvine and hopefully major in music performance. I'm super thankful for all my time that I spent here at Whittier High, and I'm super thankful for all the time I spent in the band. I loved being able to go to all the competitions and played all the games with all my bandmates and all my friends. Whittier High will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Maria and I'm standing here outside of Whittier High School. I want to give a huge thanks to the Alumni Scholarship for granting me a scholarship. I plan to use my money to help pay for my first year at hopefully Cal Poly Pomona and study criminology. Something I love about Whittier High is their overwhelmingly supportive staff and the many resources they have to offer their students.
My name is Brianna Padilla and I am standing by the Whittier High School tennis courts. It's my favorite place on campus. It's where I came to clear my head and just play the sport that I love. I just want to give a big thank you to the Whittier High School Alumni Association for giving me this scholarship. It will be a great help paying towards my first year tuition at the college that I plan to go to. I have not decided yet, but I will be later on.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Padilla and I'm standing in front of the Whittier High School Perry Gymnasium. One of my favorite places I love most at Whittier is where I spent most of my time at basketball practice. From the bottom of my heart, I'm extremely thankful and blessed, and I want to thank the Whittier High School Alumni Association for this scholarship. It would help me pay for my first year tuition, hopefully at UC San Diego, where I plan to study to become a biochemical engineer.
Hi, my name is Mariana and I'm standing in front of Whittier High School's gym where I like spending my time throughout my 4 years of high school. This is where I found my passion for volleyball and where I also met a lot of my close friends. I would like to take a second of my time to thank the Whittier High School Alumni Association for giving me the scholarship, which I will be using for my first year tuition to whatever school I decide to go to, where I also plan to study to become a speech pathologist. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Rodriguez and here I am standing in the amazing Whittier High School tennis courts where I come to play with my amazing teammates and we have a great time. I want to thank the Whittier High School Alumni Association for your generous donations because thanks to you guys I will be able to help pay for my first year tuition at Cal State Fullerton where I'll be studying the major of psychology.
Congratulations, Whittier High School Alumni Board Scholarship recipients. And last but certainly not least, the Whittier High School Alumni Association Educational Foundation $3,000 scholarship goes to Ashley Perdomo. The largest scholarship each year goes to the students who receive the highest scores from the interview panel. Ashley immigrated to the United States at the age of 10 with parents who sought asylum. Her father was an attorney and her mother a dentist. They both gave up their professions for the safety and future of their family. Ashley has certainly shown her appreciation to her parents, to our country, and to Whittier High School by her determination and academic success.
I am truly honored to be this year's recipient of the Alumni Educational Foundation $3,000 scholarship. Thank you so much to the alumni members for this amazing opportunity. Whittier High School has been my second home, to say the least. At Whittier High, I've been able to become a more outspoken, resilient, hardworking, and big-hearted individual. With the support system in place at Whittier High School and the leadership skills I have obtained throughout my high school career, I plan to attend La Sierra University as a public health major to uphold these very standards and become a doctor of dental surgery in the near future. Once again, thank you so much to the alumni members. Thank you so much to Whittier High School for making this opportunity possible for me. Go Cardinals!
Thank you, Ashley. This concludes our scholarship recipients for 2021. And as I mentioned earlier, 11 of tonight's 20 scholarships have been fully funded by individuals or families. You too can be involved. You, your family, your classmates, group of friends can fund a scholarship for next year, or you can establish a family endowment plan, or become a life member of the Alumni Association for a donation of $1,000. You can also go online tonight, right now, and donate whatever amount you can to help fund our annual scholarships. New to this year's ceremony is the Always, Always Love You Whittier High School raffle. This beautiful 46-inch by 61-inch cardinal quilt was handmade by Jenny Lee, wife of Don Lee, class of 1956. In her passing this last year, it was completed by Susie Sharp, daughter of Art Trejo, class of 1955, and Gloria de la Cruz, class of 1956. We included with this quilt a variety of Whittier High School memorabilia for the raffle. We are excited that we sold so many tickets and are pleased to announce the winner of these beautiful prizes, and our first ever raffle is congratulations. We will contact you via your email address to arrange for delivery of these items. And this almost brings tonight's ceremony to an end. We traditionally conclude our Hall of Fame evening by revealing the inductees for the next year. We select our annual inductees from the nominations we receive. If you know of a Whittier High School alumni deserving of this honor, please complete a nomination form on our website. And now I'm extremely excited to announce our 2022 inductees. From the class of 1943, Robert Pierpoint, National News Correspondent. From the class of 46, Mary V. Orozco, attorney. From the class of 1951, Ray Williams, environmentalist. And from the class of 1961, Dave Ashley, Olympic athlete. From the class of 1968, Daniel Orr, oral surgeon. From the class of 1969, Sherilyn Lavigno, dancer and choreographer. And from the class of 1979, Wendy Elaine Adams, author. We will be notifying these individuals soon. Hopefully some of them are watching this ceremony tonight and are as excited as we are about their upcoming induction. We certainly hope that you can all be together, we can all be together at Whittier High School next April for an in-person ceremony. And now on behalf of the Alumni Association, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining our virtual Hall of Fame ceremony this evening. We encourage all of you to visit our Instagram and Facebook sites and to regularly check out our website. We greatly appreciate your annual membership as well as your ongoing donations in any amount. Your generosity helps us to continue our support of Whittier High School students, programs, and facilities. Now this concludes our virtual Hall of Fame, and as in years past, please stand now in your homes and sing along with the Cardinal Brigade playing our alma mater, always, always love you, Whittier High.